The only thing that church has proven is it's probably one of the most corrupt places you can take yourself to on Sunday. And not to mention, Sunday is not the Sabbath. Okay, it's the seventh day. The seventh day is your Saturday if you're going to go by the Gregorian calendar. So, going to this place of worship has not furthered the Black community in any kind of way. The pastor has been used against us when we are angry about something. They have been used and still used as a means to keep us calm. Well, we don't need to keep calm, okay? We surely don't. We don't need no tired ass Negro from the church coming out to pacify us and tell us to stand down and all that stuff that we really should never have been told in the first place. They have been of no use of raising the community and making the communities that churches sit in better. We have not seen any of these things except for them going along in this system and really not assisting us in ways that should have been done in these communities. All of the churches don't even give food to the community. All of them don't, help people that are struggling. Nothing like that. I can show you that in my area. Now, there are some that try to be helpful, but overall, there are many that are not. So this came out on NBC News, March 25th, 2019, and this is disgusting, y'all. And this is another reason not to be in these church houses. Ohio pastor encouraged other ministers to have sex with groomed teen, prosecutors say. Remember Eddie Long? There have been many over the decades like this. Many scamming people, many having sex with their congregations. This place is nothing. It's just, when you really think about it, what is that, like a legal brothel? Because that's what you're doing. I mean, I was even reading about how Aretha Franklin's father was a minister, and they would have orgies with people in the congregation. Stuff is sick. Two other Toledo area pastors charged in the investigation have pleaded guilty and are waiting sentencing. This is sick. This is sick. A minister who promised a woman he'd take care of her daughter began having sex with the teen daily and later encouraged two other pastors to have sex with her as well, federal prosecutors said Monday. Yes, I'm angry at these grown-ass men for doing this to a child. But where the hell was this mom? Oh, you could trespass the so-and-so? Fuck him. Anthony Hayes could face up to life in prison if he's convicted of child sex trafficking and other charges. The two other Toledo area pastors charged in the investigation have pleaded guilty and are awaiting sentencing. You know, let's be real, y'all. A lot of these men want to be pastors because of this. So they have access to women and children and even other men that are willing to, give in to them. Yeah, they want the money, but they also want the sexual perks to go along with it. But see, they want to convince you they are all about what they call God and their white Jesus. But that's not what they're into at all. You would think by now our people would get it and get out of there. You've been sitting in front of these pastors forever now. And the oppression that we're under have never stopped. In fact, they're telling you to conform to it. And don't make trouble. But we're finding comfort in people like that. And it just goes to show you how sick the nature is of the Black community. But I want to know, when all of these sexual encounters took place, where was this teenager's mother? Where was she? That's all this minister had to say is, I'll take care of your daughter. That's it? That was good enough for you? And when he said that, what did he mean? I'll take care of your daughter. You didn't ask questions? Me as a parent, I would wonder why some grown ass man keeps coming around for my daughter. Prosecutors said during the opening of Hayes' trial that he had sex with the girl when she was 14. They said the evidence against him includes text messages. Oh, they just love text messages, all this sexting and everything. Photos, voicemails, and DNA evidence from his church where the girl said they often had sex. This really upsets me because, see, this goes on all across the country, y'all. This is just one case you're hearing about. This is rampant, and it's something that we don't talk about enough in the community. Hayes' attorney told jurors that the allegations are shocking, but there's not enough evidence to prove the trafficking conspiracy charges he faces. Here's this low life right here. How the hell can you respect this? I don't respect many of these pastors out here because I have seen them do nothing for the community. I have respect for them for what? For what? Attorney Pete Wagner also said Hayes may have had a questionable relationship with the girl, but he didn't coordinate or take part in trafficking her to the other ministers. Okay, well, how did the other ministers get a hold of her? You attorneys, some of y'all sound like fools. You must be one of the ones that cheated your way through college. He also said there was no paying for sex. So what? He still violated a child. Like I said, he sound like he paid his way through the university just like we hearing about today. That's a stupid argument. Prosecutors said the girl had a difficult childhood and was sexually abused by a relative. So this girl couldn't have no damn peace. She got three pastors coming at her and a relative and no mother protecting her. I guess she is jacked up because of the adults that she was around. Oh, this makes me sick. Hayes pleaded in front of his congregation to protect her and serve as a father figure, but he began grooming her for sex when she turned 14 and first forced her to perform sex acts in front of him, said Michael Friedman, an assistant U.S. attorney. They had sex day after day, often at a motel or his church, the Greater Life Christian Center in Toledo, and Hayes would give her cash, Friedman said. Then he was paying for sex from an underage teenage girl. I feel sorry for this child. And you should charge the mother because she was not there for this child at all. After about a year, Hayes introduced her to Kenneth Butler, another pastor, and he also began having sex with her, Friedman said. Sometimes the two men joked about the arrangement, prosecutors said. Now, she was just a teenage girl. She probably didn't know what to do. And just listening to this, she couldn't go to her mom. Her mom was just divvying her up anytime the pastor wanted her. Oh God, this is so hard to read. Oh my yeah. Oh, this is so hard to read. One text shown in court that prosecutors say was sent by Butler to the girl said, "You better be nice and naked when I get there." That is disgusting. A grown ass man saying that to a child. Prosecutors said the girl next met Cordell Jenkins, a minister who founded his own church in Toledo and built a large following until it closed after his arrest. The FBI has said in court documents that Jenkins had sex with two girls at his home, church office, and a motel, and often recorded his acts with his phone. Oh, this one was sick. Hayes, prosecutors said, encouraged the relationship with Jenkins. Oh, he was just having a good time passing her around. But see, ladies and gentlemen, these are men, allegedly men of the cloth, and they're passing an underage girl around like a prostitute. She couldn't have a moment's peace with all these grown ass men clawing all over her and a relative. Wow. And aren't these pastors married? Where were the wives? I mean, I just can't believe how complicit these women are that are around these men. They didn't have children, they didn't have wives. Why is your man disappearing all the time and resurfacing? You're not asking questions? In addition to the charges against the men, Hayes' wife and stepdaughter are accused of abducting the girl at gunpoint in January and warning her not to testify at his trial. Lord have mercy. Well, they all need to go to jail. His stepdaughter, his wife, and those other wives of these other ministers, because they always got wives. There's always some dumb woman that want to be married to them. So they need to be questioned and find out what their involvement is too. Oh my goodness, this poor girl. Court documents say the pair forced the teenager from her apartment, choked her with a cord, and told her to take back statements she made to prosecutors. Attorneys for Hayes' wife and stepdaughter have declined to comment. What kind of comment are you going to make after they did that? And yes, I do believe they did that. Just before her husband went on trial, his wife appeared Monday in the same courtroom where the judge overseeing the case turned down her request to be released. She should never be released. Her and her stepdaughter, they need to stay in prison for good. They need a life sentence for doing what they did. Oh, y'all, I hate this kind of stuff. You know, yesterday they had Trinity Love Jones's funeral, and that just depressed the hell out of me, just listening to that. But a lot of people came out for her, but that just did something to me yesterday after reading it. And now this, our children are catching so much hell, not only from the enemy, but from within. And it should not be this way. What kind of life is this for a teenager? And a mother that has done nothing to protect her at all. I mean, if she's letting a family member ravish her, then she's not doing enough. She has never done enough to protect this child. This is sick. But it's also something that needs to be brought out because this is very prevalent. And it shouldn't be. We see this in all kinds of denominations across this country. And my question to you, if this is the kind of stuff pastors are doing, then they need to close down all of these churches. They shouldn't exist. You shouldn't need a church house on the wrong day of the week in order to worship the Most High. That worship should be in your heart. That can be done anywhere. It doesn't have to be done in these corrupt ass churches every Sunday. Please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.